In the recent Ghana DJ Awards 2019, a young girl of about 12 years or maybe less won the best, that is the overall DJ in Ghana. That is the best, the ultimate category. Her name is DJ Switch. When she was mentioned as the winner of the Ghana DJ Awards category, so many discussions came out of it. Here in Ghana, some people thought, no, this is disrespect to the DJ fraternity. Some people said, no, she doesn't need it now. She is still growing. For the first time, I want to hear DJ Advisor talk about it. I monitored his social media platforms. I'm not too sure if he commented on that because he was still polishing his awards he won. So I'm sure he was minding his business. But today, on the Real Talk here on Sammy Flex TV, we would have to know what Advisor thinks about that category that was given to DJ Switch.
Sammy, I remember, even when the nominations came out, it was raised because we have a platform that we communicate on. So it was raised and so many conversations went on. Personally, I felt that giving her the ultimate award was too much and was not proper. Because I feel each time I've seen DJ Switch play or attended the event, she is used as an exhibition DJ, like a young girl growing up who is interested or has passion to be a DJ, and so she's learned the craft at that tender age. So she comes in to excite people. Everybody's like, wow, we love what she's doing. And when she grows, she'll become a good DJ. Even on the day when I went there and I saw her sound check that she was doing, I was like, wow, who is training this girl?
I mean, on the day of the DJ?
On the day of the DJ Awards. I got there earlier and I saw her sound check and I was like, wow, the person who is training her has done well because she was able to even scratch well. Then, boom, the award's proper and then she gets the ultimate award. I haven't seen DJ Switch play a show for like 2 hours or 3 hours before. Because it takes a lot for a DJ to stand on his or her feet to play 3 hours, song after song, exciting the crowd. Now, if you go to the categories definition that they said, later it was edited and 5 years was taken out of it. Why would you want to do that? To play smart and to please the lady or to please the scheme. You understand? If probably she was given a merit award, everybody would understand that, oh yeah, we have recognized her, who allow
to encourage her.
Exactly. Let's allow the lady or the young girl to grow up in the craft. Why are we trying to just push her to where there will be so much pressure on her at this age? For instance, if you say, okay, now we have the best DJ in Ghana, we have a major event, like Afrochella is coming up, Cardi B is coming to Ghana. Can we call Switch to go and play that concert? Everything she comes to do is prepared for her. Do this after this.
Do you know this for a fact?
Of course,
You think she cannot play for 1 hour?
I haven't seen her do that before. So until I see her do that,
maybe the organizers have seen her. Maybe they think she can do that.
So then the question I ask is, under what basis was the award given to her? Because even when you say that she played shows, which shows? She was there to exhibit. She went to France. How many hours did she play? How many minutes did she play? So she's the best DJ because she went to France and played for...
She met Bill Gates.
She met Bill Gates and the rest and played for how many?
Even in Ghana, she's met Jet Li.
Of course, because...
And Jack Ma.
Because it's beautiful. She's young. She's been exposed well because... And I'm surprised when you say this, people say you hate the young girl. Nobody hates it. I like to see that girl excel and I'll be so excited about it. But when we say somebody is the best of... it comes with a whole lot. And DJing comes with a whole lot of skill and art and craft and everything. You understand? I felt that we could just help the girl grow and not to push her and put undue pressure on her.
So you also have the notion that she does not deserve it yet.
Okay. Yet. Let's not push her. I mean, there's no. Look at the people in that category: Aroma, Varosky, Black, and Mike Smith. I mean, let's be realistic, Sammy Flex. Let's be real.
She's not
on any day, can she? On any day.
Well, DJ advice. Now let's have our final conversation before we say goodbye to today's edition of The Real Talk. I know Advisor is one person who has sacrificed a lot for musicians, both new and established artists. And we have this perception in our industry. Sometimes even reading between some of his commentary on social media, you get to see this. Artists are this, artists are that, artists are this. Now let's get the point from the horse's own mouth. DJ Abasa, do you think Ghanaian artists are ungrateful? the moment the laughter came, you know what bomb is coming. Yeah, I remember DJ Abasa wrote that. His car is sport. Is any artist going to?
I'm not picking Trotro.
Is any artist going to spare him? Is not even Dashimo or Advisor. Used it till you fixed yours before he can get back on the street. Do you think any artists are indeed?
I'm still enjoying my Trotro anyway.
I know.
I'm still enjoying the Trotro.
No, it's normal. You are a hustler, so.
But let me not use the word ungrateful, but let me say selfish.
Is it not the same?
Let me say.
Okay, they are not the same.
Let me say selfish. I feel that to the artists that we have in this country, I don't know, Sammy, whether sometimes it's how we come up or where we come from. Like, we suffer so much, so the moment we get to that level and there's some good money is coming, that we tend to forget people around us. But if you are not careful, moving forward, you will hit a snag and you will not have anybody coming to your aid, because you might have done that to a lot of people. I mean, recently, I don't want to mention this, but you hear about artists and managers breaking up, young artists, upcoming artists, just because they started seeing some dollars. People who struggled or suffered with them, now they see them as, Charlie, I can't work with you anymore. I can't work with you anymore. Yesterday, I read a story about Stone Boys Camp OV and a whole lot of things. And I'm like, wow. And I'm being privy to the conversations behind the scenes. I'm like, this is what we keep talking about. This is what they think about themselves. What I'm getting now, forgetting about somebody or the person helping them to get to that pedestal that they have gotten to. And for me, if they are able to look beyond that, look beyond themselves, that Charlie, we need to create it. Look at the video when he's coming. How many guys or how many people does he come with? They help themselves. You need a publicist in your team. You need a social media person in your team. You need, a DJ in your team. You need a PR in your team. You need a manager. To some extent, you need a road manager.
Of course.
You need to have all these people in your team. So for you, the artist, you know that when you are called for shows or when you are traveling, you make a request based on this number of people who are helping you.
You work with.
How many? How many?
And you think it is because of their selfish attitude?
Sammy, if you think that the Nigerians are breaking into our industry to the extent that the Nigerian artists are now coming for our Ghanaian DJs to be their personal DJs. What are we talking about? And it's not as if it's for free, they're not taking care of them. You need to have a team, a proper team, and make sure that every member of your team is well catered for. Talk about music promoters. That's what we're asking. So who even comes to the aid of the presenter or the DJ when he or she is in need? Who do you go to? And some people who really know nothing about the nitty-gritties of the industry come and say, you are paid by the radio station to work, you are paid by the radio station to work. So of course, I'm paid by the radio station to work. So I can sit there and decide to play whatever I want.
Yeah. And you also don't have any
Exactly.
case saying anywhere that I'm not promoting you.
But would I be helping my industry? Because we sit down and be saying that play 80% Ghana music. But if I'm playing 80% Ghana music and 80% of Ghanaian artists are refusing to even recognize my work.
So you think it is selfishness?
Let's help ourselves.
What is that big thing you have gotten from a musician before?
What would I say?
Maybe someone dashed you a phone. Maybe someone wired you some
Sure.
check. Maybe someone bought some.
The first person, I don't know if I should mention the name, but I think for what he did that I was surprised was Ochame Kwame. I had played Ochame Kwame's songs for only God knows how long. And he came to me one day and says that the wife wants to meet me. He walked to my office and says that I came here just to appreciate you for what you have done for me, and I was surprised. And the wife pulled out a check.
Wow, a check of how much?
I will not mention it.